Good morning. How are you doing this fine day? Me? There's nothing wrong with me that couldn't be fixed by a day's fishing and a sizable lottery win. Thanks for asking. We have a packed show for you as always today. So before we kick off, what say we roll the intro? Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Monday, the 19th of July, and that strange looking guy just said, welcome to the New Look Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony, and if you're in England, how hot was it last night? I'm pretty sure I was actually making my own gravy at one point. In today's show, construction and demolition workers are urged to keep using face masks even after the COVID restrictions are finally lifted. Downwell Demolition goes shopping in Little Clacton. CDI topples 33 wind turbines. And JCB and Aston Martin mark their global partnership with a stunning new telescopic calendar. So plenty for you to look forward to. If you've got any comments or questions about these subjects or anything else, then please leave them in the chat and I'll get to them just as soon as I possibly can. But before we get started, what say we take a look at who is celebrating their birthday on this day of days?
Happy birthday!
And it's many happy returns to Lizzie Borden, a woman acquitted of the axe murder of both her father and her stepmother. According to the legend, Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks, and when she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. There just aren't enough nursery rhymes about axe murderers, are there? It's also a happy birthday to Queen guitarist and, bizarrely, astrophysicist Brian May, to singer Gabrielle, to heavyweight boxer Vitaly Klitschko, and to Sherlock himself, Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch. Happy birthday to each and every one of them. Even though COVID-19 cases are spiking across the UK yet again, even though the British Prime Minister is currently in self-isolation, and even though the Health Minister, the man charged with turning back the pandemic tide, has also tested positive, today marks the day that COVID restrictions are finally lifted here in England. But before you perform a sacrificial burning of your face mask, the Construction Leadership Council has urged demolition and construction firms to carry on asking their workforce to wear masks while working in enclosed spaces or on busy sites. It is recommended that the good practice the industry adopted over the last 18 months are retained, says a new CLC public statement. It further advises employers to make face coverings available to staff when they are working in crowded or enclosed spaces, but are no longer wearing respiratory protective equipment. If I press the right button, and I've got to find the right button first, I should be able to add a link to that CLC statement in the chat today. Yeah, there we go. That should be on your screens right about now. Please go and have a look at that. The Construction Leadership Council was very, very active throughout the pandemic when it was at its height. So I think they are sort of setting the standard, as it were, across the industry. When most of us go to the supermarket, we take our wallets or our purses. We take a shopping list and a face mask. And if we remember, we might even take a recycled carrier bag to help us do our bit for the environment. When Downwell Demolition goes to the supermarket, however, they do things just a little bit differently. Huge thanks to our good friend and fellow West Ham supporter Alan Knight for allowing us to share that film with you, and keep up the good work. That team over at Downwell Demolition.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
As regular viewers will attest, we like to start each week with a bang. And when we want to get the week off to an explosive start, Controlled Demolition Inc., or CDI as we like to know them, is the company that we always turn to. CDI has just carried out the controlled explosive demolition of 33 wind turbines located right across central Illinois in the US of A. Want to take a look? In this instance, CDI was acting as explosive demolition contractor to Dallas Demolition and to their client Rivercap Ventures. I think they can all be extremely proud of their role in that incredible project. I know precisely nothing about Formula One. Come to think of it, I don't think I know anything about any kind of motorsport. I don't even think I've ever actually watched an entire F1 race. But while I don't watch motorsport, I most certainly do watch those good folks over at JCB. And when I heard that JCB had marked its global partnership with car maker Aston Martin by producing a sexy new Lodal telehandler, well, it just had to go on the show, didn't it? Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, the film has only been made available in a square format, but it shouldn't detract from what is surely the best looking telehandler you're likely to see in a very, very long time. Maybe that Formula One thing does have something to offer after all. I may need to go and check it out. The town of Tunbridge Wells is about to get a new retirement village. £24 million has been set aside by client Senior Living to create the village on a site at Benhall Mill Road. And according to the research team over at Builders Conference, RG Group is in contention for the new build element of the works. But first, the buildings that currently reside on the site will need to be demolished. And at the time of broadcast, a demolition firm has yet to be identified or appointed. You can find out more about this project lead, should I say, and many more just like it over at buildersconference.co.uk.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
I have a question for you. I'm planning to start a new weekly show based on the no agenda format that we've used previously over on our Instagram channel. In short, the no agenda show is precisely as the title suggests, a show without an agenda, a running order or a script, just a chance for me to talk to you and perhaps more importantly for you to talk to me and share your views, comments and opinions. I might suggest a few topics in advance just to set the ball rolling, but the show will be a freewheeling ad-libbed stream of consciousness that may or may not stick to the subject of demolition and construction. And although I haven't actually tried it in a real life setting, I think I've figured out how to have music playing in the background just to give the whole thing a sat in the pub together vibe. So my question to you is, when would you like me to do it? But before you make any rash suggestions, know this. I'm generally sat at my desk at around 6 o'clock in the morning, each weekday morning actually, scripting this show and pulling together the content. So while the obvious time for an additional show might be in the evening, trust me, I am way past my best by then. Personally, I was thinking perhaps Wednesday at 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I will be guided by you, and even if you do insist that it takes place in the evening. So when would you be available to take part? Let me know in the chat. Now, unless there's any further business, I will declare this episode of the Breakfast Show adjourned. I will roll the outro in just a second before hopping over to the chat to see what you've all got to say for yourselves. But a very quick heads up. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m, we will be dropping an exclusive video interview on the Volvo EC300E and EC380E straight boom demolition excavators. This is a world exclusive film, so you won't want to miss it. The film will drop simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn and Instagram, and of course over on demolitionnews.com as well. And of course I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place on the morrow as always. Until then, have a great day. Look after yourself, your family, your friends and your colleagues, and keep that mask handy. We're not out of the woods yet, and thanks for watching.